Wow, that's really good suction. Today we're going to look at an issue that is actually my own issue. I bought a new house and it's hot, very, very hot. So I thought, well, I've got two options. I run aircon all day or I find other ways to cool the house down. So we're going to look at all the initiatives I'm taking to try and get that top floor, which is like a hot house, to come down in the heat. The main roof that's really hot is the top because it sits up there but it's fully exposed. It's got the black or dark grey roof. These modern houses looking great but really haven't taken into account the needs to keep it comfortable without having the huge energy bill. We're going to put some really super power strong whirlybirds onto that roof. So what we've done here, we found a higher point of the roof. Obviously hot air is rising. Cut a hole. Now we're going to install this solar vent. The solar vent is probably going to do the equivalent of about 20 normal style whirlybirds. Now because we haven't got access to power here, we're going to power this with a little solar panel. The reason why we've gone here for a more upmarket model that actually has two little solar panels is because I believe that there could be nights that it's still hot or the sun is down, solar panel is not going to operate anymore. So there's a backup battery and the second solar panel charges the backup battery. There's a thermometer that will only turn the fan off when the roof cavity is below 25 degrees. We've got James here and James is going to put a window film on.
So today we're going to be using a Nature 30 by American Standard. It's a very high quality American made product. It has a 61% heat reduction. It allows 30% of the visible light through.
If you do, let's say, this kind of window tinting, what's the majority, the maximum that I can actually lose in the heat?
You can get up to an 84% heat reduction. The very high heat reducing films typically are a lot more reflective on a house, particularly on a street frontage. Most people don't like to go for a very reflective film, so we try to choose something that will still look very good from the outside but give you a decent heat reduction.
Well, it'll better work. We've also installed some awnings. This is the north wall. In summer it gets very, very hot. So we've put this one over the bedroom and then also much more important, even the first floor, put a whole set of awnings across. Again, bedroom, bathroom, makes a huge difference in the temperature, at least 5-6 degrees. So the next stage we've now completed is the solar system here. So we've got one system on this roof and a much larger system with 58 panels on the top roof. Altogether it's a 30 kilowatt system, produces in this area maybe 120 kilowatt hours on a really good day and maybe 70-80 on a so-so day. But that's enough for the house, that's enough for the electric cars coming, that's enough for the battery. So I deliberately oversized the system now so that I have this system ready for when the other things get bolted onto. The next stage now is, you see here, you've got a dark roof, creates a lot of heat load. So for the granny flat, which doesn't have the solar to protect, we will actually paint this roof white. Now the paint has arrived and they make it quite a big claim. They have, I heard, little ceramic balls in them, so it creates like a protective coating. Hopefully the paint does the job.
The next day.
So here now we're on the roof that has been painted. So the granny flat is all white now. Over there where the solar panels are, I still have the grey roof. In some way we shouldn't have put the solar on. We should have painted the roof first and then put the solar on. And so we'll probably have to do that down the track. But my preference, definitely white over grey and black. My house is a typical modern house. It's got a lot of open plan living, but from a heating cooling point of view, it's actually a nightmare. You can see that you're really heating and cooling a big area for no purpose. So what I did, I actually installed some double glazing here. So you've got here now the ability to section the different parts of the house off. So I'm only heating inside, I'm not heating out here. And so both areas, upstairs and downstairs, had nice double glazing installed, and that will allow me to really reduce my heating and cooling bills. And in some way, the initial architect should have thought of that in the first place. And we're here in Western Sydney, and the one problem I have in specifically this street, but many streets in Western Sydney, no trees. Now, trees are important as heat sinks in summer. So I've decided to plant some trees, of course with council permission. And here, they're my trees that I'm going to put in the footpath. We've got some lily pillies, jacaranda, some bottle brush, and even a mango tree. If that would grow, possibly would have very happy neighbors.
These mangoes aren't for you.
Look, it's going to take 10 years or so for these to take off. But The big thing is that I'm starting the process of really creating a bit of a heat sink. So Western Sydney really needs more tree coverage. I will be doing my little bit for it.
So there you have it. A lot of work to try to get the heat out of the house. Now, the two things I also should mention is that obviously you would want to have good insulation in the house. Now, in my particular instance, the insulation was really encapsulated under the flat roof. So it's really next to impossible for me to get access to it. I possibly would have loved to put an extra coating on it and an extra level, but in this case, I had to live with it. But insulation is very, very important. Make sure you've got that as part of your plan to keep your house and get your house cool. Of course, you need a very good, modern, efficient air conditioning system. Now, because I have a very large solar system, obviously I can run the aircon pretty guilt-free. Most of the day when it's very hot, the solar will generate more than what the air conditioning is required. Now, overall, all those initiatives would have possibly cost me around maybe the $30,000 mark. The savings on the electricity bill will possibly be maybe around the $4,500 if I use the solar that I'm generating to then additionally maybe run an electric car in the future. My savings could be going up to $6,000-7,000 a year, at which point the whole exercise financially would make very much sense. But of course, what I have done is I've added value to the house. I've made the house much more livable. And so for all of those reasons, I'm really happy that I have done it. And I've gone already through one hot season, and I can tell you it's night and day. The house nowadays, when I get home, I open up the doors, it feels breezy, it feels cool. Before it was sticky. It was really for the next half an hour till the aircon is working hard. It was really, really oppressive in the house. So I can call this a great success.
Want more energy answered? Visit yourenergyanswers.com for quality energy products, tools and calculators, and find your quality local installers. Please support the channel by liking the video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and check out all our other videos. You're still here? I'll see you next time. Bye.